Hi, this is Pantazi. I've been having a little discussion here on one of the videos from of Wakanda, and some of the better comments on the channel because he goes into a little bit more depth, and we're having an actual discussion here on his. He wanted to ask, his original question was, what are my thoughts on Shurin? And I was just asking them in what manner because I could go off on so many different tangents. But it's boiling down to now the latest comment and discussion was on the lightness of the Shuri-based kata system compared to more the Naha systems of Goju and Wei Chi. And what I commented back is we'll never know, and he commented that on that first, we'll probably never know why or who or what, and that's true. Okay, but we can make a couple of certain assertions, and the assertion that I made was if you look at the founders of the system or the main proponents of the system, you have to look at their anatomical build. Okay, now Goju was a very heavy style, but look at Miyagi Sensei. He was a strong man. He was very dense in body structure. You have the Weichi of Kambun Weichi, who wasn't a really big man, but he was solid. Okay, and then you go to the more Shuri base like Shorin-Ryu, and we see Ohan Soken as one, and he was a little bit more slight of build. So this would have a major influence on how you practiced your karate. If I'm bigger, I'm going to use my body weight and I'm going to use massive power and I'm going to try to overwhelm the opponent via that method. And that is pretty much what a Goju practitioner is going to do. A little bit more tiger in the Goju than the Shuri. But you look at Wei Chi. Now, Wei Chi is more of a straight forward system. They can take a lot because you look at Wei Chi's build and the way they perform their San Chin and the way they propagated the art from his bringing it back from China, the Panganun system back from China. It has gotten a lot more, I should say, strong. I believe it was a lighter, faster action, but it got stronger and stronger, and it just perpetuates because that's what's being taught and that's what's being absorbed and perpetuated. It's the same thing with Goju. The heaviness is perpetuated because the original founder was strong of build. And then we look more to the Shurin, and it's a lot faster, a lot lighter in its application, and it's tighter in circles, as Son of Wakanda mentioned. And then we got off into another topic, and this is why, discussions on YouTube, usually it's just a troll just saying bullshit or whatever they're saying, or someone saying, I like this very much, okay? Not really deep intellectual conversations, questions, or input. So he was talking also about the tight circular footwork. And if you look at Nahachi, okay, one of the bedrocks of the Shurite styles, and you look at that form and the positions in that form, then you're going to see Bagua emerge. Now, Bagua is a more akin to the dragon, okay, and if you take the crossover steps and you go into twisted stance where you rotate the body so your legs fall into that knee lock position or that crossed leg position as a circular action rather than a linear step over, okay, and then you take the palm positions and you'll see the thunder palm, many different palms, the 8 palm changes are in there. Now they're all fisted. Now where did that fisted come from? Now Nahachi is another enigma. It's just like Seiuchin, and nobody knows exactly where it came from. Nobody knows exactly where the Sanchin came from. We can tell where other kata has come from because the originators were more modern. But we don't know these original roots of these styles, and Nahachi is one of those enigmas. And some people say it comes from northern praying mantis as well as a kung fu system called springing leg set or tam tui. And you can see that. All right, in the tam tui, you have the crossover legs, you have the stepping positions linear, just like in the Nahach, and then you also see the praying mantis in the hand positions. You look at the classic hand positions where the futsal or the blood pool hand is used, okay, or maybe it was a single bladed grass hand that was pushed down. It looks just like the praying mantis, but then you just close that hand, and there you have the Naha. And if you really take a look at this, if you go this way, now you see Ohan Soken, not Ohan Soken, Gichi Funakoshi's fist. All right, that came from Teki or Naha, and that opens up to praying mantis, or it opens up to the blood pool hand from the Bubishi and the Chinese roots. So when you look at these forms, you don't have to be exacting, because nobody can be, on where they came from. It would be nice, and a lot of people are digging into history and coming up with some great discoveries. But what we have to look at is how they fit us. That's the main component. All right, if you are a lighter build, maybe the Shuri style is better for you. If you want to be stronger because you are a lighter build, then the Goju or the Weichi would suit you very well. As long as you can proficiently use that style with your anatomical structure, your physiology, and your functions. If you can do that, then the style's perfect. But I think that's some of the main differences that we see in these styles that we really don't equate. We always try to look in history where it came from and how it was done originally. But we never look at who did it originally and who propagated it and what they were like and what their preferences were. And that's an important factor. Okay, again, we're all individuals. The martial arts grew quite a bit when it emanated into Okinawa. It spread into many different styles. The reason it spread into many different styles is there was many different practitioners, each taking what they needed and how they needed to do it. For example, on the Nahachi, all right, if you look at the Shorin-ryu, they do the open hand backslap as the hand opens. And sorry, I don't have a tripod. I'm sitting in a hotel in Taiwan. But then you look at Ishin-ryu. The man was extremely small, so he closed that fist. Okay, maybe his open hand wasn't going to cause any effect on a big Marine that he was teaching, so he closed the fist. These are how the stylistic changes happen, and we have to allow them to happen to our personal anatomy, physiology, and functionality. For example, I do the Pangai Noon system, as I've been mentioning, and I'm sure it's not exactly like the Weichi people do, because I know what they do. And it's not like that. My body moves more fluidly. I'm a smaller man. I don't have a lot of power, so what I do is I sting. And how I do that is I use a little bit more speed, a little bit more body behind each move. And that's not to say that the Weichis don't use body or power behind their moves. Just please focus on how I'm saying that it's working for me. And that's the difference. You have to find your own personal style. Now, if I was taking Weichi-ryu as a martial art, okay, I just study it. I don't take it as a student. I would do it exactly how they do it and derive their benefits and what they're trying to teach. It's a very powerful system, and I admire it. I think it's a great system. All right, but in my thinking and my personal views, I like to do it the way I do it. When I do the Goju katas, okay, I do a bunch of different katas because I don't want to be locked into one style. I want to see what works for me. And I've thrown out so many katas that I've learned in the past. When I first made my black belt, I had like 20, 30 of them. All right, and as the years progressed, I was a kata collector. I love kata. All right, and I got up to around 50, and I've been throwing them out ever since. Now I have a core that I do, and I perform it the way I wanted to perform it because I'm not taking rigid lessons. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm adapting it to the Kyusho and how I can deploy the Kyusho. And that's what everybody has to do. Find your own style, find your own system, all right? And I believe that's what the martial arts were all about and how they grew so large, is because all individuals sought their own personal attributes, put them into their katas, and then developed styles from there. So anyway, a long-winded one today. I got nothing to do until 11 o'clock today, so I got a couple hours, and I'm going to make a couple videos sitting here. So if you like the information or it sparks some interest in you, please subscribe, please thumbs up, because that's how it helps other people find this video. Thanks again for watching. Son of Wakanda, thank you very much for your comments. Look forward to more. Take care.